Morning,
Afternoon.
evening.
Hi, guys.
I like that.
Wow.
We didn't even practice that. It just came to mind. How are you doing?
I'm good. Feeling a little bit parched today.
Yes.
We'll just hydrate myself.
Oh, okay. Why are you drinking like that? ASMR.
No, sorry.
Guys, I've got a bit of a story to tell. It's not really a story.
I feel like this is becoming like story time or so.
Well, I love
it.
I'm coming with the
You are.
with the content.
I need to think of a story.
So you might, if you're a true fan, you might notice that I'm wearing a sweater vest that you may think is Rachel's that I've borrowed. No. I have bought the same one. I originally...
So like, can I just say as a side point, it's not like, oh, like we've bought the same pair of like blue denim jeans, like, you know, like it's quite like a basic item. It's like... It's
quite a bold statement
It's
piece.
quite a bold, like it, for those who aren't watching, it's a bright cobalt blue furry sweater vest.
Yes. It's not understated.
Furby.
But the story behind it is I'd seen this on Vinted and I knew Rach was in the market for some new clothes and I was like,
Good friend.
this is a bit of Rach. I'm going to order it for her.
Yeah, asked me like, do you want this?
I was like, this is the vibe. Do you want me to get it? She was like, yeah. Ordered it to my house. It came. I opened it and I'm thinking, flip me, this is a vibe. Did give it a wear before I gave it to her because I was like, this is sick. And I had a thing that I wanted to wear it to.
Also gave it a wear and I saw her wearing it via social media. Like, oh, is this a sweater vest?
I was like, yeah, it's arrived. And I'm wearing it.
I was like, oh, brilliant. All right.
Anyway, it's on Vinted, so someone else has already been wearing it anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I thought, what's the harm? Put it through the wash. Give it to Rach. And then, you know, just when you get that, I mean, maybe you don't get this. I would get this where maybe there's an item of clothing that you tried on in a shop, or in this instance, you bought for someone else, tried on. And I just was like, oh, I really want that. Like, I'm missing it. So went back on Vinted, found exactly the same one.
Did you get it for a better price or?
Can't remember. I think similar.
Okay. Is it the exact same size?
I think it's a size smaller.
Yeah. I mean, that size is quite
This is the size
oversized.
4. This is the size 4.
Yeah. Like the one I have is huge.
I think yours is a 6.
Yeah.
So that's
crazy.
Just, you know, if you then want to go and buy one, they're oversized.
It's
so
ASOS, isn't it?
It's collusion.
ASOS's brand collusion.
Sorry.
That's like the ASOS brand.
I don't think it is.
It is.
No, I think they're a separate brand.
All right, we'll fact check
Anyway,
that
besides
after.
the point. So, we now have matching sweater vests, which we will have to coordinate.
Oh.
You know,
I mean, you didn't tell me you were wearing it yesterday. What if I'd worn it?
well, I was like, I'm coming to your flat.
Yeah.
Also, I was like, where's...
You're like, I'll show up. If you've got it on, take it off.
You better take that off. I was like,
change your outfit.
Worst case scenario, we're just in the same jumper in your flat.
Yeah.
It's not like we've gone out. But I was chatting the other day at work about how with some of my colleagues, their daughter they're in that phase of when it's a non-school uniform day, on the phone to their friend, we're planning matching outfits.
Oh, matching.
And I was reminiscing because I guess, you know, when you're an adult, you don't really do the whole matching outfits thing.
I never did that though.
I did.
What,
Like,
you wanted to try and match as much? I feel like we were the opposite.
And it's very much a thing now, especially with like, I think littler kids, there's all these YouTube videos, we buy matching outfits. Like that's when I had to take Jess to get the matching outfits. Like, so I was like, we're bringing back matching outfits. I think we should go out next time we're in, you know, at someone's party or something.
Yeah.
And just wear exactly the same outfit.
Yes.
Are you on board?
No.
Okay. But we would
Can you just imagine though? Like, actually imagine. I mean, it would just, I think it would more just annoy me because it would take up so much conversation. Oh, you're so wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, but it'd just be funny.
Oh.
I just remember, and then I had a memory of, so at my school we used to do an enrichment week at the end of the term in summer, where the whole week you were off timetable doing like trips and different activities, but the whole week you got to do a non-school uniform. So imagine the stress of one day of non-school uniform when you're in year 8 times by 5, where you're thinking, not only do I need to plan one outfit, I need to plan 5. And I remember being on the phone to my friend, like literally writing on a notes page, Monday, Vans, skinny
Black
jeans,
leggings.
Joni jeans. Yeah, literally Vans,
Black
leggings,
camisole.
zip up hoodie, moustache top. Day 2.
Like moustache top, as if that's like
Moustache top.
really like, you know,
If you know, you
everyone's
know.
got it.
If you know, you know. We all did.
Snapback.
Day 2, snapback. No, I didn't. I actually never had a snapback.
Green
I probably wish I
leg warmers.
Green leg warmers. Are you rocking the leg? Do you feel I had leg warmers in like year 5?
Pink
Don't know
leg
why.
warmers, yeah.
Primark, I remember
for the
went through
dancers out there.
a neon
Nerd
phase.
glasses.
Yeah, day 2, nerd glasses, zip-up hoodie, Vans, skinny jeans.
Converse.
Yeah, Converse.
Plimsolls.
So, guys, what do we think? Are we bringing back matching outfits with your bestie? What about same but different? That's also a kind of halfway.
Oh, I just like, I don't know.
It's just not a thing, is it?
No.
But they're just, it's so interesting though how that changes over time.
I think it's cool if it was like the colours you were wearing look cool together. Like, let's say we went to a wedding and our outfits complemented each other. I think that's quite cool. But like,
Not turning up to a wedding in exactly the same dress.
No, that's not a bit of me.
No, me either. I was more just fascinated at how, 7, 8 years old, that's such an exciting concept to be able to match with your best friend
That's really cute.
to 26.
Yeah.
That would be really
What
embarrassing.
changes?
I don't know.
Life.
Oh,
On that note, in terms of getting older, life changes. Today we are talking all things engagement.
because guys, we've got
So-
some news. No, I'm joking.
No, guys, I think we could say the main reason we are actually recording this is because one YouTuber who we both love, some of you may watch or listen to her podcast, is Sophia Tuxford. And she got engaged recently, and since then have seen loads of things on socials about her engagement. For some of you, I feel like you're listening like, yeah, I know. And others are like, never heard of her. But
As in, this is Sophia from Sophia and Cinzia.
yeah, Sophia and Cinzia. And
Again,
anyway,
you still might be like, who the frick are they?
yeah.
If not,
But we
don't
love
worry.
them.
The whole episode isn't actually going to be about Sophia and Cinzia.
No, it's not.
We're just teeing things up.
We're teeing them up. And anyway, off the back of that, we were just chatting a little bit about engagements. Obviously, I guess when like a celebrity per se or someone you watch gets engaged, there's a lot of chat around it, but also just in general life, when people get engaged, when they post it on socials, it can bring up lots of different emotions. And I feel like as girls entering their late 20s, or nearly, mid 20s.
Later, mid to late. Well, we're 26. Like, we are mid.
Yeah, but when we're 27, that's more towards late. And
Well, we're not 27. So.
no, okay, we're still in the mid, but I would say frequency of engagements in general in life are increasing as you get towards end of your 20s potentially. And engagements they're wonderful, aren't they? But they also bring up different feelings, emotions. So we thought, let's chat about that.
That's what we're going to do. We've actually not... it's absolute classicers, isn't it? We've not thought of an It's Not Just You title.
Ah, classic.
I'm going to think of one right on the spot now.
Go on then.
It's not just you that feels weird about your friend getting engaged.
Yeah, nice.
There we go.
Because, guys, just a reminder on the pod, we're talking about those relatable feelings you don't really always want to talk about. That could be one of them,
Well, hopefully.
You feel a lot of excitement and joy, hopefully, as well. But also, there could be a couple weird little feelings in there. So we're going to dig them out today, aren't we?
We are. Okay, do you want to start?
No, why don't you kick us off?
Okay. Well, I think the very obvious one is open Instagram, engagement post is there.
Lovely.
I'd say a common thought, speaking to the people, might be, will this happen for me?
Yes.
So, and I think that's anyone who's just not engaged, even if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people where it's like, we've been dating for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, is this going to
Is he
happen?
gonna put a ring on my finger?
So there's that. But obviously, especially I think if you're single,
But can I just say, even before that,
Yeah.
I feel like an engagement, as any kind of big life announcement brings, there's like an element of shock. Like
Yeah.
for me, no matter who it is, whether I know them or not, taking Sophia Tuxford, for example, I open, social media, I see that and I'm like, it's like a shock moment of just like, almost like your stomach drops. Oh my goodness, she's engaged. So I feel like
initial thing is just shock.
That's or whether it's a friend FaceTiming you, or you hear of someone in your life, maybe you don't even know them that well, they've got engaged. There's always like that moment of like, oh my goodness, like, because it's quite a big life thing, isn't it?
Because unless you are literally in their closest, I know some people get family or really close friends involved in an engagement. Maybe the guy would have been messaging the girls like, oh, what does she want? Do you know what ring she'd want? Can you be there on the day?
Yeah.
So unless you're in that very, 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 very close circle of friends and family, the likelihood is you are not going to know that someone is getting engaged.
Yeah.
I've actually never known that someone was getting engaged before they got engaged. Any of my friends who have, I haven't known. So it's always a shock. I've never not been shocked when I've seen this. And I'm not saying shocked in a bad way.
No, just
not like oh, why have they got engaged?
No.
But just like, oh my gosh, that's massive.
It's
like,
so funny, isn't it?
It is shocking. I think it's just so big. It's like,
and do you know what? I was trying to think of other big life events, like someone getting married, but like, that's coming.
Well, that's it.
Whereas
everything
like,
else.
I think the only thing you can liken it to is maybe someone having a baby, or like, again, where it's like, you don't know something.
But often someone's pregnant.
No, but when you find out they're pregnant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry. Like,
okay.
And it's like, we're pregnant. And you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say it's like when you find out someone's died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better one to use.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a similar thing of I didn't know that was going to happen, and that's a big deal.
And then, like you say, one of the innermost feelings that could come along with that is like the comparison of, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think once the initial just wow has worn off is then when some of the more underlying feelings
Emotions
start to bubble up. Which one of them, like I said, could be, oh, okay, that's happened for them. And sometimes I think it's an accumulative feeling of, I remember we were saying there was one Christmas when we were like a few years back where just felt like everyone and their mother was getting engaged. And so I think sometimes
we were living with like in a group of girls, and were we all single? Maybe
we
one
might
of them
been.
was dating, and I think it was around lockdown time as well. So there was a lot of just scrolling. And I just remember one evening we were all like in the lounge together, opened up social media to like a mutual friend, probably of all of us getting engaged. And it just honestly at that time felt like this is actually like time after time after time after time.
I do feel like there was one point where I was like, I can't open Facebook, particularly Facebook. I think when people, I don't know, anyway, it was like constant.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's the, once you see the 4th, the 5th, the 6th in a short span, in a short window of time, it can feel like, oh gosh, it's everyone.
Yeah.
They're all moving on.
Yeah. And like you say, I think if you're dating, that can feel quite like pressurizing, or like, let's say inwardly you're really hoping that your boyfriend or your girlfriend's going to propose. It can feel just intense in terms of like another one. When's that going to be me?
Have you seen this, babe?
Yeah. No, but again, this week I've seen so much content of like girls like taking the mick, but essentially saying they've turned to their man, showing them Sophia's engagement, being like, oh, like, what do you think of this? Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? The way he got their family abroad. And oh, what do you think of the ring? It's lovely, isn't it? And like,
I'd love that. If anyone did propose to me, I'd love that.
I know, literally. So it can bring up those emotions. And then I think if you're single, it can bring up the just awareness of the fact that you're single, essentially.
Yeah.
And the like, am I ever going to meet someone? Because I think also with an engagement, let's say you're single and you're not dating, but you would really love to be dating, or you'd really love to be in a life stage where you're moving into like finding a husband and getting married. You can just be quite acutely aware, obviously, in that moment that it's like, that's not my reality. And it's like, even that feeling of like, it's another soldier almost that's left the like single ranks, like, or not single, but like they're locked in. Like,
yeah. Can I share like quite a vulnerable thought?
Yeah, go on.
So This sounds bad, but I think this is the truth of how a lot of single people feel. When your single friends are dating people, you do always, there is always, I wouldn't say the hope, the thought of they could break up.
Yeah.
And not that you necessarily want them to break up, but maybe you kind of do want them to break up. Or you think this isn't necessarily the end of them ever being single again, because like I said, they could break up, they could be going back to square one. You know, snakes and ladders, they're down the ladder. They were on square 52 and now they're on square 24. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And I'm so happy about it.
and like, yeah, sometimes, I mean, obviously that's not right, but I think that is the realness of sometimes how it can feel. Whereas then, like you say, they get engaged, you're like, oh,
You've reached the end
they ain't
of the ladder.
They ain't coming back.
No, do you know what?
They ain't coming back.
I think that's really real, and I think a lot of people could resonate with that.
Yeah, like,
particularly when you're struggling with being single, and your hope is just like, I want single friends, I want my friends to be in the same life stage as me. Of course there's going to be that thought, or it's like you find out they've had a massive argument and inwardly you're like,
oh no. Do you think you might break up?
Oh, did it feel like it was on the rocks? Yes. No, guys.
No, this is really bad. As in, I'm not saying this is good. I'm saying this is the realness of what it can sometimes feel like. But I think, I've seen other people making content where it's like me pretending to be upset that my best friend's broken up with their boyfriend and they're back to being single. Like, ooh. And really you're just like,
yeah.
Obviously you're sad for them. Obviously it's not nice. But again, I think that's just real.
Yes. And then when the engagement happens, it's like, this
it's
is
a punch
reality.
to the gut. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Oof. Goodbye.
And then I think there's also, like we've touched on before, the part where it's like, again, representing people moving into a different life stage.
Yeah.
Like when someone gets engaged and they're locked in, it's like, okay, they're getting married. And that, like, even though a lot of things to some extent can stay the same, it is a big change. And the person is like locked in with like their life partner and like, I don't know, it just feels significant, doesn't it? So when you're single, it can feel like, okay, like that's.
But even as well, some of the practicalities of they're now then going to go into a phase of planning a wedding. Even that in itself is going to require a lot of their time and a lot of their attention. So let's say you're already feeling as though, I'm struggling with my friends, they've got in a relationship, feel a bit of disconnect because at one point we were really close, we were getting to hang out loads. Yeah. Now they've got a boyfriend, we don't get to do it as much. And then on top of that, you put, they're also planning like, you know, a wedding for hundreds of people that is happening in a few months. Or like even just the logistical, practical things where it's like, actually, yeah, you are going to have even, you know, more restricted or less. No, I can't think of the phrase. Your time's going to be even more restricted because of these new demands that will be on it. Do you know what I mean? Even that, which is that's quite like that's quite a practical thought amongst everything.
Yeah, it's just change, really, and like when it's big life change, it's just quite a lot to take in. So even though you genuinely might be there, like I am really happy for my friend, she's met an amazing guy. It doesn't take away the feelings of, but I'm also slightly mourning the way that this could change our friendship and the way things look and the amount we can hang out. And that's just a reality that you have to process. And it may mean that you struggle slightly with the news, but that's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think we were saying like there's this whole other side of engagements in terms of, well, again, in the context of seeing engagements online, seeing almost like social media perfect picture engagements, it can bring up quite a lot of like pressure or expectation as to how that moment may happen for you, like if you are dating.
Yeah, I think there's just people talk about it, don't they? Like announcement culture.
Yeah.
That we live now in a time where if you're not announcing the big things in your life on social media, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it would almost
like no one's gonna know.
Or it would almost feel like you almost feel like there's an obligation on you to announce to your Instagram followers, whether you've got 50 or 50,000 or a million, like, guys, just so you know, we moved house, or just so you know,
Yeah.
we've had a baby, or just so you know, we've got engaged. I mean, the likelihood is you'd want to share that anyway.
Yeah.
But I do think, yeah, we were just chatting about, well, you were chatting, weren't you, about your parents?
Yeah.
And-
yeah. Like, I think just even nowadays where proposals themselves do look so different potentially to proposals in the past, like you say, because of like the impact of social media and things that people put value on, and then like the new social norm. For example, like one social norm for a lot of people, not everyone, but for people that use social media, could be to have a photographer or have your proposal filmed by yourself, or
just captured in
some way to then share online of like the moment or with people. And I think I was chatting with my parents like a while ago about, I don't know, that concept, and or like, people having photographers at their proposals or showing them photos, like and like not in like a judgmental way, but just in a like shocked way. They were like, oh, like what? Like I didn't
I think you were like, where did they get these pictures from?
Yeah, like they were like, what, where, how do people have photos of their engagements and proposals? And I'm like, oh no, that's quite normal. And they were just quite shocked in terms of like just not knowing that was a thing. And for them, like, I mean, their proposal was pretty like chill anyway, but like I think that is something that's happened in more like recent years, photographers' photos of proposals. Whereas like for us, it would almost be like, oh, well, like, why wouldn't you have that? Or that just seems to be the thing that people do. So I feel like there's just like a lot of kind of things that people have got used to about the way a proposal happens, when actually...
Well, it's just totally evolved in terms of when you see some... I'm more thinking now influencers and people that have big followings, the types of proposals they're doing. The ring, but also, a wall of roses, or like, they come down onto a beach and there's like a single table set up. Yeah, like with
you've hired an artist to sing.
And it's, I mean, I guess if you've got the money to do that, then crack on. Why
Amazing.
not? But it's just actually, I think, wild because, however many years, I don't know how many years ago, even 10 years ago, that just wasn't a case.
But also, I guess the point we're making is we were just thinking like, does that have a subconscious impact on people where you then kind of have those expectations of like, oh yeah, so when I get engaged, like maybe it will be like this or look like this, when in reality, like it's just like something that you've seen on social media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess at the end of the day, everyone has different preferences, and there'll still be people now who are just, I don't know, sat on the sofa and go,
100%.
Should we get married? Yeah.
And I guess what we're saying is like do it how you want to do it,
Yeah.
Like like you can, loads of people get engaged in different ways, but like I guess it's about what's kind of right for you and the person you're going to marry.
That is so true. I think ultimately engagements are just, it's a big life event. And I think with any big life event, as much as it's big for the two people involved, it can actually feel very big for a lot of the people around those two people, and in friendship groups and family. And it's so interesting, isn't it? I just do feel like anyone that I know who's got married or has planned a wedding or got engaged, it's not been short of, I don't want to say drama, but dynamics to navigate.
Yeah.
And
family,
friends. Yeah, like all the stuff that is, again, I think just the result of people having all these different feelings and emotions that come up as a result of what is change and what is a big thing, like I said, that is happening to two people that they really care about. And I think some of that then just spills out. The reality is if people are feeling like, oh, I thought I would have been more involved. I thought that, maybe my friend's boyfriend would have asked me to be there, or would have told, I thought he would have told me before he did it. And now I'm having to find out through Instagram, or I'm just getting a FaceTime on a random Wednesday afternoon because I found out that my friend's gotten, do you know what I mean? Like, and I guess it's also that thing of there's no right way to do it. So in some ways you can't do it wrong.
Yeah.
But that leaves a lot of space for where people have expectations of, I thought I'd be involved like this. I wanted to be there, or I wanted to play a role in the day, or I don't know, whatever people's expectations are. There's then a lot of space for expectations not being met, which is then difficult because I guess for the couple that have got engaged, they're then going into, well, we just want to be celebrated. This is like the best thing that's happened in our life. And actually we're dealing with a lot of emotional fallout and
I think also
tricky conversations.
It's like, as long as they've tried to think those things through, but also like ultimately it's just about the two people, isn't it? So it's like, like they can try and mitigate against like people feeling, I don't know, like you say, upset, but actually that's kind of like there's not a lot they can do to stop that,
I do think though, like what I was saying about because there's no right way of doing it, I think it does just leave a lot of room for just misinterpretation or like, I guess especially if you're, I think for girls obviously, because an engagement is more often than not happening to a girl, there's actually not very much control on their end of it. So, and
girlies are a little bit more sensitive.
Yes, we can be. But I think that's what's difficult, because obviously it's the guy that's kind of more in, quote unquote, in control of the situation,
and they don't necessarily think all the dynamics through.
I guess I'm more thinking in this moment like friends of the girl who's being engaged, proposed to. They're even more out of control because their friend who's being proposed to is out of control, and they're like 17th person removed from the situation. So like realistically, the guy's probably just like, why? Not why would I bring you into it, but that's probably not the first thing in his mind necessarily. It's like, what do I think my future wife is going to enjoy in this moment? Anyway, besides the point.
The point is,
you go.
They bring up proposals. I guess the point of this episode was just to say proposals, engagements can bring up lots of different thoughts and feelings, which we've tried to cover. But I think ultimately we want to try and celebrate our friends, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, this I imagine will probably be one of, if not the biggest thing that's ever happened in their life. And just, thinking, if this was to ever happen for me, all you want is for your people that you love to celebrate you.
Yeah.
That's all you want.
Enjoy that moment with them and be excited and happy and Yeah,
and like we're saying, this is why we filmed this episode. We totally get that it's not actually that it's not always that simple of just celebrate them, just be happy for them.
Just get over it.
But equally, I think sometimes in these moments you do have a choice.
Yeah.
Like you do have a choice, to show up, be excited, be happy. And I do, the reality is your friend's going to know. Like especially if you're really close, they're going to know if potentially this is a hard moment for you, or, even if you're trying your best, they can probably see through a little bit like, I think they're finding this hard. But I think the main thing is that you're trying.
Yeah.
You can't fundamentally not feel how you feel.
No.
But I think it's about how you process that, where and who with.
Yeah.
Probably not on the day of their engagement.
No.
Sending them a fat paragraph with all these thoughts is going to be what's helpful or kind to them.
Yeah.
And I know people who are in their 40s now, and like one particular friend who she's in her 40s and reflects back on a time when she was younger, in her 20s, actually, I think at university, and one of her friends had got engaged. And she was in a relationship and she really wanted to be engaged. Found out her friend had been proposed to, and I guess just felt really jealous, like to name it, felt really jealous, felt as though she couldn't really celebrate the moment for her because she was just wanting that so badly for herself, that it was like, oh my gosh, as if that's happened to you and it's not happened to me yet. And I guess was very much in her own world of, not, I don't want to say making it about her, but, thinking about from her perspective, this is all I want and you've got it. How is that fair? And now reflects back on it, at the age of 40, thinking, I really wish I hadn't acted like that. She did then get married to the guy that she wanted to get engaged to at the time. I don't know why, but I'm struggling with the whole engaged, proposed.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's now married happily with children. And so I think the reflection is then looking back is like, oh, why didn't I just celebrate her in that moment?
Yeah.
That was such a fun, exciting time for her. And I missed that as a friend because I was too concerned with what was going on in my life.
Yeah, that's honestly such a good just point and reminder, I think. Like, yeah, just trying to trust and have like confidence that those things will come for you, whatever that looks like. And in the meantime, just choosing to like try and put your own kind of feelings aside and be like, yeah, I'm gonna choose to celebrate this person and trust, that will come for me one day.
Amen.
That's a good little story to end on. Guys, hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
If
let us know if you're getting engaged.
Let us know if you're getting engaged. Let us know if your friends getting engaged, and let us know if you saw Sophia Tuxford's engagement.
There we go. We'll finish there.
Right.
Have a good week.
Lots of love.
See you guys. Bye.